welcome back to another video. Today I'm discussing who was the most successful villain in the big three. Of course, I may have to leave out some of the One Piece characters because of course Kaido killed Luffy about 2-3 times, but inevitably ended up losing his life. I could say Emu, but more things have to be spoken about Emu, of course, over the course of these next few chapters to really bring out what Emu has been doing ever since the Void Century. And so, now the most successful person from One Piece may have been Blackbeard. He successfully stole Whitebeard's fruit, successfully took over Rock's land, captured Garp. Granted, it wasn't because of him, but because of his crew. So it goes hand in hand. As well as now having 2 of the most broken devil fruits. Probably has the mastery of 3 types of hockey, but we need to see him post time skip to see the level and the feats that he gets. So hopefully we see him soon. Outside of that, Blackbeard, Kaido are the most successful ones of One Piece, I will say, but they're not the most successful villains in the big three, I think. And I love Naruto. Of course, I'm a Naruto fan. If you are been a subscriber to my channel, at least for a little bit, Naruto is my favorite anime. I can say that each and every video. It will never change. But it's Aizen. Aizen has planned out almost everything, and everything has went well. Granted, he is in prison, and I think his sentence is about like 10,000 years or so in the Soul Society. Once those years pass, there will be no one left to stop him. Of course, you could say, oh, but Ichigo is going to be there and maybe another Soul King at that time. So I understand. I understand that premise, but nothing about Aizen made his plan fail. He only failed because of a plethora of things, but you couldn't kill him, as of course any other villains in the big three were killed, at least in Naruto, were killed and lost their lives because they went up against Naruto. So they may have successfully completed their goals. They just can't see them through or fulfill the ultimate goal behind their minimal goals that we see in the overarching story. We see that of Aizen, and we see that Aizen you can't go, fodder can't go near him. And he's still a threat even locked up. Now, when he gets unchained up, he will still have a grudge against the Soul Society and against the Soul King, and he will go after every single body. Now, I don't know the souls that will be around. I, of course, will think Ichigo is around. Maybe Kenpachi. Squad Zero, of course, will probably come put an end to Aizen. But that is 10,000. He's not dead. Now, of course, the counter argument to the most successful big three villain would be Madara. Madara didn't get killed by Naruto, didn't get killed by Sasuke, Sakura, Kakashi, any of the Hokage. He was killed inherently for plot purposes. Unlike Aizen, which took a whole plan, jail. He's still alive, but it took a whole thing to get together to get Aizen out of here. But for Madara, there was simply nothing they would have done to kill him. Now, of course, they were on the right track. They were at the power, and they were competing with Madara acceptably. So would Naruto and Sasuke naturally have killed Madara? For sure. That would have been an impressive fight, and we see how that fight was going. It took a lot, Minato, Tobirama working together with Naruto and Sasuke in unison to even really touch Madara with their newfound powers given by Hagoromo. So, of course, it is possible for that, and Madara is directly responsible for killing Naruto in that little bit thing where Sasuke has to grasp his heart. I don't know if he's available for the Sasuke death for a little bit. I'm not really sure who's available. Who was that for? But I know he was for Naruto. So on the basis of that, I changed my mind. Halfway through this video. Yeah, I changed my mind. It's Madara who is the most successful villain in the big three. Because the main character didn't beat him. The main side characters didn't beat him. He lost exhibitly because of plot. And I don't know if the Kishimoto statements are true. I could pull them up, I could edit, and I could pull them on this thing where Madara was made too strong and they had to introduce a way to kill him. Of course, there was just no way, at least as Madara was propped up in that story, to kill Madara as of that moment. Naruto and Sasuke had their powers, but Madara, of course, was figuring out a way to get around them, especially with his Limbo clones. But he will eventually would have lost to that version of Naruto and Sasuke once they kicked it into full gear, as they even gave Kaguya some trouble once she got summoned. But granted, I just think Kaguya strategically is weaker than Madara. She's not a fighter. She's just somebody who had a lot of power at that current moment in time. Even Black Zetsu helps Kaguya in that fight for a little bit. But for Madara, you know what? It is Madara. He did everything and just lost the plot for Boruto, the continuation of Naruto, to have a villain, or at least have the execution of future villains from aliens. The audacity. The audacity. Yeah, it's between Madara and Aizen. It can go either way depending on how you look as successful. But for me, I'm going to quantify the success of Madara saying no one mainly beat him. No one from the main cast beat him. It was I think it's a good twist. A good twist villain who interactively gets you a bigger villain that launches you into the Boruto manga and Boruto 2 Blue Vortex. Mangas are fire. Anime, not so much. And I don't know when Boruto 2 Blue Vortex anime is going to come out. I don't think they have enough manga content. So, yeah. Anyway, like, subscribe. Next video, of course, who was the least successful villain in the big three? The main villains. Because, of course, if you go from about season 1 of the villains, you maybe say Arlong. Yeah. Anyway, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.